you?
Wait,
where? Yeah, there.
wait. I'm gonna hit you with a follow-up question.
Okay, then. I know what you're gonna ask already.
Milk or water?
Yeah. Listen, both. I can't lie.
Louder.
Well, no, not together. Not together.
You just said both, bro.
Okay, wait, hold on, guys. I think I've sorted it.
Okay, then. I know what you're gonna ask already.
Milk or water?
Yeah. Listen, both. I can't lie.
Hey, but man can hear that delay.
Yeah, I know.
So he's gonna mute the YouTube audio.
Look at Moeed all out here with the buttons.
Trust me. Like honestly, if this was me in this predicament,
bro, I need you out here, bro.
Trust me. If it was me in this predicament, I swear to you, Mim, you and me would just have a chat and then I'd go. Like
I need you in my life, bro. Like,
but
the technical button man.
Just now on my brother's screen, I accidentally changed the channel and it was 2 minutes to 7. I ran downstairs like, Sam, I fucked it up. Come back. And he goes, bruv, all you need to do was push source and it would have gone back to it. I was like, oh, scene.
Oh, what is that for the audio?
You know, for the computer screen that I'm using, it's got like it's also a TV. So that I tried to rest my phone against it and it changed the
joining now, so just what you were saying, yeah?
Okay, cool. What are people locked in now?
So I've put in the new link up now, thank God.
Yeah.
And so people will be joining that, yeah. So just give me a sec. So now we've got 2 people watching.
Oh, damn. Welcome everyone. Whoever's coming in, just come in, join us, hang tight for a bit. We're just waiting for a few more people to get involved and then we'll get this conversation.
Why that happened, man. You know when everything goes perfectly.
Yeah, but it's fine though, bro. We're there now, isn't it?
It's 2020, isn't it? It's symptomatic of 2020. We were planning one thing, another thing happened, but we persevered. So let that be a lesson.
Got people watching now.
Yeah.
15 people on, you know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I imagine there was like a queue outside the club, and this is the club. And as soon as it's open now, people are rolling through.
I've been in that queue many a times, bro.
You know what? I tell you what, bro.
I've had to gas it up in front of the bouncer many times.
Thank you. I've got some stories to tell you about me gassing queues,
bro. I've had to impersonate and be other people to let myself in.
My God. Well, you documented it. You actually proved that you did it. You actually proved that you did it. I tell you what, I'm not Mum's life. How was I in LA and I tried to tell someone I was naughty boy?
Yeah, you could pass. I'm not even gonna lie.
See, that's why. Because I was like, because I'm in America.
Change the links.
Well, go on.
I'm just gonna change the links on our Instagram pages and then
Cool. All right, let me change. Send me that one as well, and then I'll do it as well.
Now on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Man, I feel like do you know what? I feel like a grime MC. You know what I mean? Every time there's a microphone or headphones near me, I feel like love
Sorry,
that.
Guys, give us 2 more minutes and then we'll be ready.
And thank you for being prompt as well. All of you people that have joined us early, we appreciate you very, very much. And I'm sure we'll set up a VIP area somewhere where you guys can chill and don't have to be disturbed by the latecomers, you know? Hold on. Edit profile. All right, boom. Mine's updated. So me and Mim can't see any of your lovely comments or questions, but Moeed can. So if there's anything off, sound is off, you're bored of my face, anything like that, just let Moeed know and Moeed will sort it out for you.
I will just cancel him from the conversation.
Delete.
Excellent.
Go on.
Mim, the first thing that's coming to my mind is how are you still looking so fresh? Like, what's popping?
I feel like I look rough.
Is that you rough? Oh.
Yeah, bro. I need a trim. I need to like exfoliate. I just need a trim, bro. That's all it is, bro.
You need a trim. Okay. You need a trim.
Like I need a trim. It's not that bad, but like
calm, bro.
I don't feel as fresh as I can.
Man, so can you imagine how fresh Mim looks when he wants to look fresh? Because for me, right,
it's a wrap. I'm fresh.
It's a wrap. I got some exfoliation thing today. Yesterday I started it. Today I finished it.
But you know what's so mad? Okay, let me tell you, yeah. That Instagram thing, yeah, that they say about what you talk about ends up coming on your advertisement pages, yeah? Bro, you spoke about that thing for the face, yeah? That Lumen thing.
Yeah.
I scrolled through Instagram yesterday, yeah? First thing is that.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, you know what? That theory that I've had, that a lot of people have had, It's definitely so true.
So I was talking about becoming a millionaire for free, and nothing seemed to come up on my Instagram. So I was I can't lie, that's a bit annoying.
Yeah,
Still,
no one's advertised that yet. You got to do it and make an advertisement for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Now you know those. Have you ever received those emails that are like, "I'm a prince over here," and like if you give me your
Nah,
bank details, I've
that's
got
just
10.
you, bro. Oh wait, I did back in the day.
Yeah, come on,
Some
bro.
Nigerian guy.
I might actually take it up one day. It's actually worth the risk. Like what? So if you think about it, yeah, 10 million pounds is available, but then you could get a virus. Yeah. All right, cool. I'll risk 700 pounds on this PC because I might get 10 million. And if I don't, whatever, innit? It was
What
worth
do you
the
mean,
fight.
whatever. £700 gone down the drain.
But for the risk of trying to gain 10 million, do you know what I mean?
Learning a lot about you, bro.
Listen, calculated risk in it.
That's an uncalculated risk.
Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, there's this guy advertising his house, and because he can't sell it, he's setting up a raffle. And the house is in Mitcham. The house is in, yeah. I'll send you the link. So you can buy a ticket, a £2 raffle ticket. And as long as 200,000 tickets are sold, then he'll activate the raffle and then he'll pick a lucky winner to win the house.
So then he'll make £400,000.
Yeah, and then someone will get the house for £2.
We'll get it for £2.
That's clever. Very clever.
Hey, that's yes. Hey, send me that link.
Yeah, I remember I was calling all my uncles on that. Like, surely we could put together something and get this house for free, or and
How
like,
do you know it's in Mitcham?
he posted the address.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a nice house.
Is it your house? What
Right,
did you say?
we got 2 people on now. I think we should start, get the ball rolling there.
Wait.
I said,
Right.
Is it a nice house?
Very nice house. Very newly furbished, 4 bedrooms.
Yo, anyone watching right now is gonna be like, yo, let me find this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it and send you the link, man.
Nah, bro, on the road, you better remember to do that. You know?
I will. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. You know what we're here to do. My name is Daniel Khan from Urban Panda Clothing. Guest host to the left or the right of me, depending on how your screen is. Moeed, Wagwan, my brother. Yes. Technical support. We had a few technical glitches.
Man, I'm trying to figure that out, man. It's so frustrating. Like yesterday, I did a test and people were messaging me. I was looking dusty because I was just making sure it worked. And people got notifications who were subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I see people commenting. I'm like, oh my God, I know people can see this. And I had like the space on like Zoom. You can put like a fake background. I had like the space. So it looked like I was out of, it was mad. So it was working. But obviously, yeah, we'll thank you guys for sticking around anyway.
I'm glad we're here.
I'm really looking forward to this and, you know, talking to you guys. And if you guys have any questions as well, please do use the comment box on YouTube. I will be reading them. I have a laptop right here. Everything's popping up.
Fantastic. So obviously, without further ado, we all know what we're here to do. We're here with the incredible Mim Shaikh. What's going on, bro?
Yes, my brother. Glad to be here, man.
We're glad you took time out. If everyone that's been following the South Asian Creatives page, obviously it's something that me and Moe started because we wanted to just kind of link up and discuss stuff with like-minded South Asians and just kind of talk about creativity.
And how did you like link up?
Well, so oh my God, you know what? Oh my God, you actually know the story. This is actually that mad.
I was chatting to Mim, bro.
I was about to tell Mim as if he didn't know the story. So
he was about to explain like, yes, this guy introduced us, yeah. Oh wait, that was you, bro.
so me and Mim attended this event, and then Moeed was also at the event because he's working for Vice, South Asian working for Vice. Are you crazy? Anyway. So I must have been like ordering a lemonade or whatever, and then I see Mim and Moeed talking, and then the next sentence I hear is Mim goes, "Oh, you two should do it together. That's he's been wanting to do something similar." And I was like, "What's that?" And then Moeed was like, "Oh, I want to put on this event for like South Asians," and I was like, "Oh my God, so do I." And Mim was like, "No, you better do it together." And then literally next day, saved each other's numbers, got it popping.
And we was meant to do the live one, wasn't we? Where do a live conversation, man. And I was looking so forward to that, bro.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. At the time, like me and Daniela had to have like that serious conversation with each other, man. I was gutted that we.
How many tickets did you sell again?
What, 120 people registered to come? Yeah, about
event, man. That's really great, bro.
And then that's excluding like the guest list dons. There was about 40-50 guest list dons as well from all over the industry that were lining up to come. So It was going to be wicked. It was going to be at Box Park. But then we did the right thing. We said, listen, we're not going to cancel it. We're just postponing it, waiting for something bigger and better. And obviously, as everyone knows, Mim, you were the first kind of headline speaker at our event. So we were going to be super gassed for that. But when everything dragged on a bit, Moeed said, yo, man, like this is taking a long time. So like, do you think we should do something? And first I was hesitating. I was like, well, I don't want to ask Mim because I want like Mim, I need him to be our first speaker. Like that was our first event, right? So I don't just want to get him on and then that's it, it's done. But then we discussed it and we realized, hold on, we can catch up. We can catch up with Mim more than once, but we can catch up with Mim and see how everything's going during lockdown and just get your experiences as a creative. And then when it comes to the actual live event, we can have a lengthy chat. Yeah, we can do it about your journey as a person. So so here we are. So like without further ado, bro, how's lockdown been for you in a nutshell? What's been going on?
Yeah, so I think so far, man, when it first started, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I started stressing like left, right, and center because I thought, wait, I hate not being in control or not knowing what's going on around me. So I kind of started feeling like, you know, what's gonna happen. I don't really know where maybe money's gonna start coming in from. How am I able to work? Because the things that I do, for those that might not know, is I'm a broadcaster, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, and I'm a spoken word artist. So I've got my fingers in various different pies, and it's all about being freelance and being self-employed and kind of hustling off your own back and making things happen for yourself. So when the world isn't in lockdown and we're not in quarantine, it's very easy to, you know, go out, speak to people, create ideas, collaborate, and make ideas like kind of a reality very easily. So then when the lockdown and quarantine thing started happening first, I just thought, which I think a lot of people might be able to relate with, is just not knowing. And I kind of like the fear of the unknown, kind of thinking, where am I gonna how am I gonna be able to survive as a creative during this time for just myself? And I think now with hindsight, that was when it first started, right? And now with hindsight, where I am right now, I'm on the complete other end of that. Like I've been able to, it's been such a great, like I just look back at the arc of when lockdown started to where we are right now. And if lockdown was to continue, I'm probably in the most creative space I've ever been, ever.
That's insane.
And the reason for that is because there's no distractions. There's literally no way of saying you're going to put that thing off that you're working on right now. There's no way. Because if you're still putting it off now during lockdown, you wasn't going to do it anyway.
100%. 100%.
You get what I mean? You just wasn't going to do it anyway. You was just literally just putting it off and saying to people, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're just putting it off. But you're just sitting on your ass all day and not doing nothing. Whereas now, bro, like I'm so proud of like where I've got to so far in this short period of time. I've been working on like a film script, a film treatment that I've completed, a script for a film that I've started that is a third 30% done, a TV show treatment that is finished that I'm collaborating with someone, and now having to move on to the writing of that. And I'm like, yeah, it's the wheels are kind of moving and the momentum is kind of moving with it. So from the beginning, I was a bit apprehensive, not really knowing what's going to happen, where am I going to go, what am I going to work on. And then now I'm like in this place where I'm creating these ideas for myself that once we're out of this situation, hopefully we can collaborate and work together and make stuff happen.
Amazing.
I think I had to go through that to like get to where I am here.
Yeah, and where does that motivation come from? Because a lot of people I speak to, they actually. So you're saying you started and it was difficult for a lot of people. Their first week they were super productive. They were working out. They started learning a new language, and as it started getting on, they started to hit a bit of a funk where they were like, I'm not really sure what to do. But where are you getting that motivation from when you wake up to like do so much with your time and with your day?
I think it's not because it didn't just start just in lockdown, right? Like I had these ideas and the plan for this about 3-4 months before. So I was already in the mind space of, okay, this is what you have to do next, as well as all the other stuff that you're doing, as in like the show that we filmed at the end of last year, like Pilgrimage, going out on BBC Two, as well as getting behind and promoting that. Now you're in a place where like you're not committed to being either on set working, you're not committed to be part of any documentaries. Your time right now that you need to focus on, that you've got the luxury of working on, is your own ideas that you need to create later on. So I think because I was already creating them ideas and I was already working on them, lockdown, I transitioned into lockdown like, not like a lot of people that went from working and then coming straight to home. I've been at home creating and working before lockdown happened. So I think that that transition into just being able to just be in my own zone and be in my own place, it was quite easy in that sense. So I didn't feel like I needed to motivate myself. You know, I was like, the task that I've set myself is so high to achieve already. I don't need to go out and learn a new language, invest in some stocks. Do you get what I mean? Just doing like random stuff with fitness is like, I'll carry on doing that every day anyway. Ramzan came, which made it a little bit more difficult. But I don't know. I like being challenged sometimes. I like being able to be put through my test to see if I can come out on the other side a bit stronger.
No, I have to agree with you there, man. That's something I used to struggle with as well, where you'd like direct your energy to so many different like sources that you couldn't fully commit to all of them. So none of them are properly done or to the best of your ability. And I've struggled that for a long time, man. Not because I can't do them, because I just want to do so much. But the best method for getting something done is like just going 100% on one thing, getting it done, moving on to the next thing. And then again, it's about being realistic, you know, like find your niche. Like I think we're all in a position kind of what we like to do, know what we're good at. And it's kind of like honing on that. There's no point, like you said, of like me starting to learn about stocks now. Maybe something, if I don't have all this stuff I want to do, if I didn't have that to do, then of course I've got time to learn about stocks, learn a new language, learn how to ride a horse, whatever. But I've got so many things I want to do that it would be a discredit to me if I directed my attention to those new things when I've been working so hard to get to where I want to be and pursue that further. So I have to agree.
It's like a blessing and a curse when you're an ambitious person, because you feel like you achieve one thing and you set your mind to doing other things, and then you can get lost in the whole like being your time needed for that and that and that. But it's just you got to control your ambition sometimes, is what I'm just like trying to learn, and just set aside time and focus on that time on individual projects that are then able to be made really well, whilst then being able to move on to other projects later on, rather than before I was getting confused, man. I was like writing this TV show and this film script, and I was like, bruv, now I have to write them. Like I'm confused. Where does that idea go? Where does that idea go? Whereas now it's like, okay, I get it. One thing at a time, rather than everything all intertwined in one.
That's a really good point that you guys bring up, because I always felt like for example, I'd been learning French on and off for like 6 months. And I was like, right, okay, French, I'm a bit conversational. I can go Paris and order a meal, you know, everything. If I get lost, I can. And then I thought, oh man, I really want to pick up Spanish. But it's so interesting. Yeah, like, is learning Spanish taking you away from something that you really wanted to do for a much longer period of time? Like, are you just learning Spanish because you've got bare time and you feel like you should come out with a new skill that you didn't have before? So I think it's really interesting.
Sometimes I feel like we need to ask ourselves those harsh questions and answer them like as honestly as we can, because only you know the answer to that. Are you distracting yourself from something that you say you really want, but how bad do you really want that?
Yeah.
Because if you really wanted that bad, you wouldn't be doing other things to kind of distract yourself from that one thing that you really badly wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because I've done that many times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. Oh no, but you know, I'll go there, or I'll go meet this person. Like, bro, who you meeting now? You ain't meeting no one. Like, where are you going now? Like, you are not going anywhere. You can't even like distract yourself that way.
Come on within yourself first.
Yeah, you have to wake up. Like now I wake up and the first thing I do is just sit down and write, bro. And I love it because I'm like, oh my God, I've needed to do this for so long, and I feel so good that it's finally getting done.
Amazing. I had that feeling when I paid off like 3 parking fines. And honestly, I got up like, wow, like I'm so in control of my life now. Like I just paid off 3 parking fines that I meant to pay off ages ago.
I hate parking fines.
So I've been doing that. You mentioned Ramzan. So obviously a lot of Muslims fasting this time of year, and has the lockdown made Ramzan easier? Has it made it stranger? What's your experience has been like fusing lockdown with Ramzan?
Yeah, I feel like it's made it a bit harder. I'm not gonna lie, just for myself. Just having to be forced to not even, like, can't even do anything, and food is like so close. I think before I'd distract myself and keep myself busy with, I don't know, anything, like just whether that's work or moving from this place to that place, meeting this person to that person, and time would just go a bit quicker. Whereas now, time goes so slow, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's good because you're working and you're able to get stuff done, but I'd be hungry sometimes, boy.
But the front door is ringing 3 times. I'm just gonna pop back. I'll be back in a second.
Go on, go on, go on.
No one in the yard wants to open the door, but do they not realize I'm on a live chat, bro?
Wonder who's at his door.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys, man?
Imagine it's just all of his family members locked outside, like.
So they would just turn up at the back, like,
Yeah.
hey, we wanted to see what's going on.
You know what I wanted to definitely ask about, because I've had this conversation with a few people. The weather since lockdown has been like incredible.
I know, right?
And I know a lot of people first were like, oh, like this is so mad. As soon as the weather gets good, we're stuck indoors. But for me, I have a bit of a different perspective on it. But how has the weather affected your lockdown experience so far?
Yeah, man, I just be seeing the sun outside, like shining through my window up there.
Yeah.
I'm just like, boy, I need to get out. And I'd go out and I'd go for a walk. It's weird, when lockdown first started, I bought a basketball.
Uh-huh.
I love playing basketball, right? But I always put it off. Like I do my exercise by going to the gym. Because the gyms were closed, I went to buy a basketball when lockdown first started, and I just started like playing basketball by myself, like in the local court. And now everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone just comes down and plays either like football or basketball, obviously 2 meters apart and all that, but like no close contact one-on-one, but we're like, yeah, like playing a game called 21, like with 2 meters distance. And it's going all right, bro. Like, as in, that's the way I'm able to get it. I'm a real like outside body type of person. Like I'm not introverted in a way of just being able to stay at home. So I find it hard sometimes. So I just literally go out and just walk and like, yeah.
Someone in the comments is saying they want to give you a one-on-one on the basketball field.
Smoke, bro.
That's my boy Mustafa. He's like, yo, one-on-one, come Mim Shaikh.
96. I'm retired from one-on-one. I just played 20.
Yeah.
Let's play 21. When quarantine's over, we'll do a one-on-one, innit?
Yeah, come true, bro. Come true.
No,
but yeah,
so,
I just want to interrupt everyone from the comments. Big up, big love, everyone. We've got like 25 people on, you know. So
jeez. That's more.
Thank you all.
Yeah, I love that. So, Mim, what I wanted to touch on was, do you reckon your lockdown experience or your creativity or anything like that would have been not as good had this lockdown happened in the winter?
So if this lockdown would have happened in the winter, would I have been, what are you asking, would I have been as creative?
Yeah, like would your creativity have been changed? Would your mood
Yeah, it would have affected it. Because I tell you what, the thing that I'm writing actually right now, you got to find inspiration to create, right? Whatever you're trying to create, you got to be inspired by something. So what I'm being inspired by is my local area, because I've been forced to spend more time in it.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it, bro. Like I'm genuinely like falling back in love with the area that I've grown up in. Like it's an estate in like South London, but it's, when you look at the good things about it, it's so great. In a time like this where we're all locked down, like the whole flat opposite me, like the whole block of flats are like coming out and clapping for the NHS. People around, like little kids are like coming to the park to play football. All these things that when we get busy in our day-to-day lives, like we don't even think it's there. Now that our day-to-day lives are finished, it's like we're all on a holiday, like just coming out and like enjoying ourselves again. And stuff that's happening is like inspiring me to write certain scenes and certain things within my script. So yeah, 100. If this was in the winter, I wouldn't be able to kind of go out and kind of do that.
It would be horrible if it was
cold. Yeah, it would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even want to think about it, to be honest.
No, but you say that, but sometimes, like a couple of the days when it started raining, like I've been grateful to be in my house because it's raining outside, right? And you're kind of like, yeah, you know what? It's nice because it's raining outside. I'm lucky I got a place. Like, so grateful for it, and it's just better because I don't want to be outside in the cold.
No, for sure. No, I agree with you. But then obviously we have the option now to like go outside because we knew, okay, it's raining. Go back to sun. If London weather, it's going to be raining for what, 6 weeks straight,
Yeah.
cold outside, and we're not allowed outside.
Yeah.
Fam, it would have been savage, man.
Yeah. So like even right now, like on this chat, like I can see the sun beaming through your kitchen. I can see the sun through yours. The sun's here. I've got we've got a field behind it. Like we're at the last road. So then behind this road, there's just fields.
Nice.
And it's actually like, it's just like, I feel like the weather has like created such a nice like morale booster that I think like we're really lucky about. Obviously this is a like ridiculously terrible time, but then even in the worst times, that little silver lining is damn. You know what I mean? Thank God this is.
I went to the shops earlier, yeah, and I'm just why is this? How come so many people are out?
Wow, madness everywhere.
Like,
I spoke to my boy on the phone today.
Like,
he's walking through the park and he's like, bruv, there's just people everywhere.
Yeah, I'm baffed.
I think to be fair, well, as a British society anyway, we're not great at being told what to do anyway.
True.
But now it's like people are starting to take it into their own hands and go, all right, well, one trip won't hurt or 2 trips won't hurt, but it's not about that one person. It's about that one person times 100,000 stepping out the yard. And
you can't have that mentality. It can't be about you. It's about what could potentially happen to other people. Responsibility, because we might be fine, but you don't know about these people.
I think in the beginning, when it's happened in the beginning, I was a bit like, I hate being told what to do. Like I rebel quite easily, and I was just like, yeah, lockdown, nah, no way, I'm going out every day. Like, and then one of my older cousins had to kind of explain to me and be like, bro, it's not about like you being controlled or like it's not about you right now. It's about other people. And then when he put that, I was like, yeah, you know what, bro, you're actually right.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, trust me, it is about other people. But when talking about ourselves, I've been using this lockdown to kind of like figure out traits that I have that I don't think I would have noticed if I hadn't been at home for this long. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I've got a bit of an addictive personality. If I find something I enjoy, whether it be reading, whether it be baking, whether it be playing PlayStation, I will do that like consistently for a while. So I just wanted to know, Mim, like, are there any things that you may have learned about yourself whilst being in lockdown you may not have kind of realized before? Like, it was probably present in your personality, but you may not have like clocked onto it.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really, really good question, bro. Because I try to think that I'm quite introspective anyway, and I feel like I know myself. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I've had like a big revelation or realization right now. No, I have. Yeah, and that is, I thought that I would like be struggling a lot more than I am right now, just due to me every day being busy and every day needing like social interaction and going out and about. Don't get me wrong, I still crave it and I still want it, but I think I'm surprised at how sometimes I'm all right. Like, and I think this process has kind of taught me that no, people sometimes gravitate towards you. It's not necessarily you needing to gravitate towards everyone else, which you might have thought before. So I think that's something that I'm slowly starting to learn. And yeah, I'm learning that like if I really sit down and focus, I got some crazy like ideas that can be like I can actually get down from mind to paper if I just allow myself to just focus on there, because I wasn't allowing myself to do it before.
That's a really interesting point you make as well, because I think spending time alone or being able to be by yourself is a very underrated quality. Like some people are not really on it, because sometimes when you sit by yourself, sometimes your mind wanders or whatever like that. But I think in an environment like this, being able to sit by yourself and just be with yourself, like give yourself company, I think that can open up like so much, like not only just personally but even professionally. Like you said, like if you really tap into yourself and think about what vibe you're on, you might realize that the job that you've just been furloughed on is not really the job that you've been wanting to do this whole time. Or you could realize that, for example, that thing that you've been putting off, like have you been putting it off, and is that what you really want to do? And if it is, then let's make it happen. So
I feel like a lot of change is going to be just a thinking, but I feel like a lot of change is going to be created within this time, because I feel like a lot of people will start getting to know themselves. I think I've spent a lot of time by myself already within this life to kind of figure out kind of some of the things that I want to do. But I'm realizing that that hasn't been a luxury afforded to other people as much because they've had to be on the go all the time within their jobs, careers, parents, kids, obligations, loads of stuff, responsibilities that they have. Whereas now, I think because people have got their own time. Like I was talking to my uncle the other day, yeah, and we had an amazing conversation. This is what I'm learning about lockdown, yeah. I'm able to have some amazing conversations with people that I've wanted and craved before, but I just never had the opportunity to kind of have it. I don't know why, because everyone was busy, and I was like, "Well, they're not there yet." My uncle turned around to me the other day and said he's writing a book. I'm like, "What?" That's
Really?
Yeah, he's like that. I'm like that. Yo, that's crazy. Like that's amazing. And he's just like, yeah, I've just got this time on my hands. I just want to write a book. I'm like, you should. Like, you're 50 plus. You've lived a lot of life. A lot of people can learn gems from, because I feel like everyone's got a story, right? So no matter who it is, everyone's got a story to tell. So when he told me that, I was a bit taken back because I was like, yo, that's amazing, bro. Like, I love that.
And especially from like, that was honestly the last thing I expected you to say, just like from our cultural background as well. Of course, we have like our culture has incredible authors, musicians, poets, creatives, everyone. But generally in the typical family setup, when you're saying, oh, I had a conversation with my uncle the other day, I thought you might say I got to know him better. I didn't know he was such a funny guy. But for someone at that age to say, yeah, I'm 50 plus and I've got this time on my hands and I want to write a book, that's just such an incredible
Oh, good,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
I
That's
was so taken back because we're not, it's like you said, like our culture and where we come from, sometimes people aren't encouraged to go for the arts or not even into the arts, but into the whole like element of expression and storytelling. Like we're very much like caged, or we have been caged. I think we're changing a lot now. And very much in a place where we don't speak our minds, we don't let our opinions out. It'll bring shame upon the family. Religion, so many different imposter syndrome, so many different things that kind of keep us in prisons. But it's about just, man, forgetting about them prisons and just being able to be free in yourself, innit?
Yeah. And I think that's a big reason why, like, I know we touched on it before, but I think that's a big reason why me and Moeed like really feel so strongly about South Asian creatives. Like the name is what it is. It's just a hub for South Asian creatives. We're not the first to do it and we're not going to be the last, but I feel like even if we can have a conversation that resonates with like one person that allows them to have the confidence to go, yeah, I'm a South Asian that's creative and I just want to express myself just like anyone else does, or just like everyone else does.
Massively, bro. And it's needed, bro, because you never know the amount of talks that I've been to and I've been hustling and just grinding and just trying to get into positions. The amount of talks that I've been to and I've just picked up like small nuggets of information that end up staying with you, and you just kind of need, like, you won't know how important that information that you're getting is until later down the line you're in a position where that information you have to apply it. But you have to apply that bit of information, otherwise it's non-existent. There's no point in taking. That's like the people that read 101 books a year. What are you doing with that information?
Literally.
Where are you gonna apply that information? You're reading a book on how to write a script, but you're not writing a script. Like, you're not applying. Or if you're reading a book about how to learn Spanish, but you're not speaking Spanish with someone, you're not applying that, you know? And that's just kind of something that I've just started taking more on board with. Like, even watching YouTube videos of like studio executives or actors or whatever, it's like I'm taking all the information now, hoping one day I'm able to apply it when I need to apply it. So yeah.
I think you touched on a very important point there when you said about going to the events, and you may be at an event that's 3 hours long and none of it's relevant to you, but then there's one like 5-minute segment that sticks with you for the whole, and that is the part that you needed to hear. Like, I've been to events. I think we're all pretty similar in that we were in positions where we wanted to do something and we thought, and it's helped us definitely to just go to as many events as possible, network with people, talk to people, get our faces out there, get our personalities out there, let people know what we're doing. And that way, you know, we feel like we're doing everything we can do to get to where we want to be. And it, like I said earlier, when what I said, you could be at an event for 3 hours. You may talk to 150 people, 149 might forget who you are. It's just about that one person. That one person might have links. Like Daniel, I met him at this event. My man knows everybody, bro. This guy knows flipping it just blows my mind. Every time I talk about someone, he's like, oh yeah, I used to, you know, get fish and chips with them, or I used to play golf with them, whatever it is, bro. This guy literally knows obviously that's a fantastic trait. It shows that, you know, he puts himself out there, and that's something I definitely recommend to everyone who's probably listening to this. How many people we still got? 23. Cool. 23 people, 20 listening to this to do as well. I suppose that leads on to the next question, that is, I hope you haven't asked this question. What has been the hardest part of lockdown for you so far?
The hardest part of lockdown so far, bro, not being able to go to the gym, man. Yeah, I've realized how important that is, just for mental peace of mind sometimes, and just for like clarity of thought, and just getting rid of stuff that sometimes you don't want to think about, or just a way of like releasing. I think, I don't know, as a man sometimes we carry like a lot of stuff with us, and the gym is like a healthy place, I feel like, to kind of release like certain things. So that's probably been the most difficult thing. Yeah. Anything else?
Go quite regularly to the gym.
Yeah, like before lockdown, I was in such a great place, man. I was going like 3-4 times, like on a regular basis.
Do you go alone, or do you go with someone, or what's your?
I used to go with someone before, and then they moved to another gym. They snaked me, and then they went to a cheaper gym, and then now I'm just there.
Downgraded like that.
Now I'm just there by myself. But I know people that work there, like personal trainers and whatnot. So
yeah,
and I'm getting some tips from them, innit?
Yeah. No, it's interesting to see, like, because I can see from the way you're saying it, like it's not just the physical benefit, but it's like the mental benefit of
man,
going to the gym and just having
trying to release endorphins, and it's so good for your brain, like, and your levels of just like everything just kind of flowing in like a good way. And obviously people are still able to do that without the gym, through like running and like bar exercises and press ups and push ups and whatnot. But man, I just missed that. When I go back, it's gonna be amazing, bro.
He's gonna come out absolutely wham, like
grated cheese on them.
Yeah. So Mim, basically, I know, like, I think with a lot of people that are stuck around and listening to this as well, like, I think they're getting a lot from what you're saying, and they're picking up little nuggets. If you had to summarize like 3 things, let's say someone came to you that was doing not great during quarantine or lockdown from a creative point of view, and they said, Mim, can you just give me 3 things that I should implement into my routine to kind of help me out? What do you think you would say to them? What 3 things would you add to a routine just to kind of get everything?
Yeah, I would say, like, first and foremost, like, figure out one idea that you want to focus on, whatever idea that is creatively. If that's making a video, if that's directing something, writing something, performing in something, whatever that idea is, just like figuring out that that's the one that I need to focus on. Because I know a lot of creative people who are like me can sometimes think about 1,000,001 different ideas at the same time and add to it individually, rather than just focus. And then so figure out what that is, and like be easy on yourself, like not needing to like pressurize yourself. And sometimes I can sit here and be like, yeah, things are great and this is that, but every day is not every day I'm like writing 10-15 pages. It's like, sometimes you'll have like down days, and there'll be like slow days. So just kind of being easy on yourself with time, and just allowing yourself to slowly find your groove. And there'll actually be a moment where you find your groove. I had that moment this week when I started, when I was like 2-3 pages into it, where I was like, bam, I got it. That is a moment, bro. It's a light bulb moment. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the Einstein thing, where it's like, yes, I've caught it, and you run with it. And I'm on like 65 pages now. And you find it, and you're just able to kind of just, apply it. So being easy on yourself, I'd say, is number 2. And then number 3 is like watching and listening to like other people, and seeing what they've done, how they've got to where they are, and kind of, so whatever it is you're trying to create, watching a lot of stuff that is similar to that, because there's going to be stuff that you're creating that is already going to be made. Like I'm inspired by like a true story that I want to make. Everything that I'm watching is inspired by true stories, or based on a true story, to see, oh, so that's how they interpreted their truth and was able to kind of create something like that out of nowhere. So 3 condensed. Be easy, find out what idea that is like the one you want to focus on. Be easy on yourself with it, and give yourself some time to find your groove. And then 3 would be to just watch loads of things that just inspire you, and at the same time is similar to stuff that you want to create as well.
That makes me feel so good, especially that last one, because like that's something that I decided that I wanted to do. I was like, fine, I don't really watch TV, but if I am gonna watch, I'm gonna watch things that I would love to create myself. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been just thinking about, like, even if I wanted to put on a live event, I'm like, what type of interviews are there that I would like to have in that live event? Or whether it's making like a food show, it's like, what would I want that food show to look like? Or what are the people that I would want to, or what type of food would I want to showcase? So I'm really glad you said that. That made that hit home with me. I'm glad I've been doing that. Well, guys, remember as well, if you guys have got any questions, please feel free to send them to Moeed, and Moeed will make sure.
About to say we've got a question here.
Oh, jeez.
And that also means you've been watching baking shows, and I'm guessing, so you want to create some cakes.
Mamma mia, you know? Hey.
We actually have a question. This is towards Mim, obviously, from Raida Khan. Hi, Raida. I hope I pronounced that correctly. She said, I love the documentary you were on Pilgrimage. How did you feel after that trip? It looked amazing.
Yeah, the Pilgrimage was amazing. So Pilgrimage is a 3-part series that's still available on BBC iPlayer to watch. If you haven't watched it, like, check it out. Amazing experience. Got to speak about religion, what it meant, like some of the thoughts and feelings that I had with it. And how did, after I came back, which was obviously November, December, I felt really good. I felt like it was quite cathartic to release and speak about it on like national TV where you can't hide. And then what happens is you come back and you fall into like routines and stuff, and you spend so much time away to like focus on your spirituality and religion. Then you come back into like society, and then there's like work, and then there's like family, and then like friends and all of this stuff that then is taken again for lockdown to happen and Ramzan to take place in lockdown, for me to then be like, oh yeah, bro, like how can I forget about this whole feeling? So kind of like ups and downs of it. But yeah, as soon as I came back, like it was really peaceful and like I was feeling content. Then getting kind of like not confused, but like on a like a distraction kind of road. And then now Ramzan's back, kind of like getting back in my zone again.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome, bro. We got some more questions actually. Should we go through them now, or should we?
Well, if we've got, let's go for a couple, and then we'll get some at the end as well.
This is touching on what you were talking about a little bit earlier, Mim. So this is from Hamza, man like Hamza, Vucci's boy. How you doing, bro? He says, what is the best way to start your day, or maybe what is the best way you find starting your day helps you?
Before, I have to say the best way I started my day was before lockdown, man, not even during lockdown. I think before lockdown, the best way I'd start my day is wake up, have like, my routine would be, which was sick, is just like drink as much water as I can. So like about 500 milliliters to a liter of water, and just head to the gym and try to do as much like exercise as I can, like cardio, and then feeling like my endorphins are like an all-time high, coming back, showering, and then like feeling fresh, and then getting to work, and then being able, bro, I just realized my productivity levels would just increase so much more. I'd know what I'm doing, where I'm doing, how I'm doing it. That would be the best. During lockdown, boy, I don't know, if I was to give the same advice, is to get up and go for a run, but I'm not really doing that right now. I've been quite lazy during the whole lockdown thing with exercise.
Well, even if a run seems like a bit too mad of a challenge, like for example, there's a guy called The Body Coach on YouTube, and he basically does
like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he just does like a half an hour little hit session online. And it's actually designed for kids. I can't lie, I did it a couple of times. I was like, there's no way this is for kids, fam. Yeah, because but anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, I completely resonate with that. Like just a bit of exercise in the morning, just not thinking about like all the work you have to do, but just doing something for you that doesn't really have any financial gain, doesn't have any social gain. It's just something for you. And it channels your day. Completely agree. A bit. Speaking of, you mentioned water there. I could do with some water right now. I'm not gonna.
Don't worry, bro. It's not too long.
Inshallah.
In the morning, man. Same as you. Like I was finding it very difficult to be productive in the morning, and I felt like I would start my day quite late, and it just meant that it take longer for me to get into the flow of creativity.
Yeah.
I had a proper sit down with my boy. I was like, look, bro, I'm struggling, man. What do I do?
Yeah.
Lost. And he was like, okay, you set an alarm, wake up. You got to eat your breakfast away from your laptop. I'd make my breakfast usually and eat it whilst working, and it take me 3 hours to finish my breakfast. You got to separate the two. That's probably a big that's really helped me. I make and eat my breakfast as like a different
Activity,
entity in
yeah.
itself. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that it's separate, and then that way I'm ready. Boom! I don't have to eat, and because it'd be like 4 o'clock some days before I'd even eaten breakfast or had water, because I just roll out my bed and I sit on my computer and I start working. And this is not good for you, man. I'm sure you've been there at some points.
Yeah, you got to be present in everything that you're doing individually, rather than like once you start mixing. It was kind of like the ideas we was talking about. Once you're able to focus on one thing individually rather than mixing them, it's going to be far more beneficial for yourself.
Yeah.
I want to also add to that that routine, praying as well. So like I'd go gym, I'd finish gym, I'd come home, I'd shower, I'd feel fresh, and I'd pray. Like I'd read Fajr namaz even if I wake up at like 9-10, just to know that I've done it. I'd pray and I feel good. I count my blessings and get back to work.
Yeah, yeah. And I think those are like simple and really underrated things. I think everyone in the world knows that starting your day with a bit of exercise and a bit of water and a bit of meditation is a great thing. But I think when you say it and it's like, okay, this is a person that's actually doing it, and it's not as difficult to do as people try and make it sound. People want you to wake up at 3 a.m, do 5 million press-ups before like that. Then, you know, just go easy on yourself, wake up in a nice routine, get a bit of work done. So yeah, Hamza, check in with us, man. Let us know what you're doing when you're doing your workouts and that. Keep us posted. Can you do press-ups? Because
We
like,
don't want any sweaty videos or pictures though. So
listen, I'm open to anything. Do you know what I mean? I don't really mind still. Like,
well,
Mim, chill out, bro. Mim.
There is a follow-up question from Hamza. Actually, he's talking the same question, but at the end of the day, like, what do you do to end your day? Is there a routine you go through, or is it like a specific bedtime where you're like, okay, cool, I want to get in bed by this time, so I wake up at this time?
Bro, during lockdown, it's been all over the place.
Yeah.
But just I've literally, midnight has been a good time for me to realize, okay, bro, get to sleep right now. But so yeah, it's been I try to and I try to give myself 8 hours sleep, like as much as I can, because I've realized before, bro, when I was younger, I used to make myself laugh so much because I used to be like, bro, why do you need to sleep, bro? I'll sleep when I die. Like, I don't need to sleep, bro.
That lyric.
I'm grinding, bro. I'm grinding. Like, I'll sleep when I die. And it's like, bro, you need sleep to survive, bro. Like,
Literally.
like, the fresher you are, the nicer sleep you have, the more you can operate the next day.
100%.
But there are some fantastic. I've had some fantastic sleeps where I've been awake for so long that I'm so tired. I close my eyes and I wake up and I'm like, "Yo, that was amazing."
Yeah.
Sleep where you just close your eyes and you just.
Listen, on a side note, yeah, like obviously this has got nothing to do with anything, but isn't it mad, yeah, how you only know that you've had a banging sleep after you've had the sleep? Like while you're having the sleep, you don't know you're having.
You're not gonna know that you're gonna have it whilst you're having it, though, are you?
Yeah, exactly. But that's like, imagine what a madness, isn't it? What a phenomenon, isn't it? Because like if I'm banging a nice meal, I know I'm having a sick meal right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, this is
awake.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? Sleep, nothing's happening. You wake up and you go, "Raw, that was a banging sleep." But during the sleep,
yeah, or you know when you've had a bad sleep, innit? When you wake up and you're like, "Oh, that sleep weren't the best."
Yeah.
We've got another question actually.
Go for it.
This is from Lila. How you doing, Lila? She asks, "How do you deal with a creative block?"
Oh man, I've had many of them.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all been there. So, Mim, fire away, my guy. You are the guru today.
Creative block. When you have a creative block, I just try not to think about it. And I've realized once you stop thinking about the thing that it is you're trying to do so much, things will start coming to it that will allow it to happen. It's like this whole idea of just letting go. So like you're thinking, like what I realize, if I'm thinking script all the time, don't work, man. You need to live life. You need to just live and be present in every like single moment. As like weird and hippie as if that sounds, literally that helps you then when you come back to working on the thing that you're working on, your mind is in a place where you're like, yeah, okay, this happened, that happened, and you're able to then, it depends on how you work on your creativity. But for me, that's how I kind of work on my creativity, and it helps.
If that helps, Lila. Man like Dunyali, got anything to add to that?
Well, no, 100%. I think that's an underrated thing. It's again, a lot of these. It's funny how a lot of these things sound hippie, but then a lot of these things that we say sound hippie are actually very simple, vital components of actually being as productive as we can. I wanted to check in with you, Mim. Yeah, there's a lot of, because you're at home so much now. Yeah, I don't know if you'd ever watch yourself back on TV whenever you're doing stuff, but you can watch King Gary, you can watch The Pilgrimage, you can watch a lot of things that you're on right now. Have you taken time out to like watch yourself and just watch what you're in?
I hate doing this because I find it hard, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird because I'll go and do something and learn what I needed to learn from it, and then kind of have to promote it and then let other people check it out and whatnot. And I remember Pilgrimage was on, and like my friend was round, and like he'd be watching it and stuff, and I'd be looking at it, and I'm just like, oh, bro, I get anxiety because and the thing is because, and I need to get over this, is not caring what people think. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. Like, you shouldn't care what people think. You shouldn't care what people think. But sometimes I'm just there, like, and I'm like, oh man, I hope I done a good job. You know, and I feel like I did for me. And I needed to get what I got out of it, and I hope it benefits like other people. And then you see messages and whatnot, but I don't know if you ever really truly know, or whether that's just a creative thing that you just live with all the time, whether it's what you've created is like good enough for your own standards. But sometimes I do, like I have to for work, like when creating a show reel and putting stuff together of like your work, and I'll see stuff there, or when you're promoting something, you'll look at it and be like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I don't sit there like, oh yeah, let me TV's on, let me go and check myself out on the TV. Yeah. See how I'm looking. Oh yeah, that is great. Yeah, fantastic. Like that,
recorded shows. Casual.
That would be weird. That would be so weird. Although I wanted to do like a screening, like my family and like close friends for when like, a show goes out. I was gonna do one for Pilgrimage, but then COVID broke out and then we weren't able to do it.
Soon, bro. Soon, there's gonna be plenty more opportunities. The direction you're going and the way you're going in. So that is something, that will just come in when the time is right, bro. But I think in these times, obviously, I think the creative block kind of answered this question as well. But what are you doing to kind of like keep inspired? Are you using your end goal to reinforce the fact that you want to get this? You do all these small things now? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are struggling to maintain that level of inspiration that they may have had before this whole thing started. So are there any like little tips you could give, or maybe like share what you do to remain inspired?
I think like what I was saying before is watching stuff, being inspired by maybe an idea or a line that somebody said, or a camera angle that somebody used, or a shot that the director was able to do. Oh right, everyone's clapping. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
I was hearing bare claps and that. Yeah, I'm hearing bare claps outside my area.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Hopefully none of them voted Conservative, because they might as well not be clapping. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So just gotta put that out there. Man. If you vote Conservative, go back inside. We've got another question actually. Layla, big up Layla. Everyone's saying clap, clap, clap. And we got a question from Hasib, who's actually our graphic designer, blah, blah, the graphic stockroom. He's asking, was there ever a point in your journey where you wanted to give up? If so, what kept you going?
Was there a point in my journey where I wanted to give? Yeah, many times, bro, if I'm being completely honest about it, like thinking that it's not going to happen, or just losing faith and not seeing a lot of people out there like me, like trying to make it and like pushing through. And then seeing that there are people that actually make it, and there are people that are successful and they do get where they want to get to, and knowing that there is light at the end of the tunnel if you just keep believing in it. I think, but you sometimes have self-doubt and you kind of sense it and you see it and you're like, wow, okay, maybe I'm not meant to do it. But then that is weird, because the self-doubt actually pushes me even more. And I was reading this thing yesterday, last night before I was going to bed, and it was talking about like highly successful people, they live with like the biggest shadow ever, because their light is so bright, so their shadow is even bigger. So I read that and I was just, yo, that is so true. If your internal light is so big, and it's bright and it's like beaming and you're shining, and people are saying like you're shining, your shadow is going to be shining as well, isn't it? As in, your shadow is going to be like quite a big shadow. And it's kind of like the whole kind of what Stormzy was talking about on Crown, about like on Heavy is the Head, and saying like, yeah, you're this huge successful person and you feel like a success and you've done amazing things, but your head is so heavy with all of this stuff that comes with it. And no one teaches that to people who want to. I didn't even learn about all of that stuff, man. And I wish I did beforehand. I wish there was a way of learning about, you know, what comes with success, what comes with pressure, what comes with representation, what comes with just like money, like all of these things. What comes with it is no one really tells you that stuff, and you just got to figure that out by yourself.
And when you mentioned representation there, that's so true because, like, for example, in the wrong situation, I can imagine you feeling like, well, hold on, I am a South Asian that is a creative, and I want to definitely share my knowledge and share my experience. But then all of a sudden, my success has meant that I inadvertently become a spokesperson for
Yeah.
every South Asian trying to be a creative anywhere, and that can bring on a lot of unnecessary pressure and bring on a lot of unwarranted kind of responsibility. So that I think that's why a couple of questions that we've asked, that what would you think, but everything is we just want to know what your perspective is, and hopefully people can resonate with that, rather than giving you the task of solving everyone's creative kind of goals, you know?
Yeah, man, I'm all here for helping people, bro, like as much as I can. I think that's why when I prayed, like when I was younger, is that I prayed like for God to use me in like a good way, in a way that will benefit other people, be that creatives or non-creatives, or just for a benefit of like society and humanity. And that's happening now in the projects that I get to do and whatnot. So I'm able to see that, but at the same time, I'm a human being, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone else is, like, not everyone's perfect. Everyone's flawed at times as well. And you can put all this pressure on yourself thinking to be like a great role model and do all of this stuff, but you're still learning at the end of the day. Like, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to trip up and you've got to fall back up and you're going to fall back down again. Then you bring yourself up, and life's like a combination of like highs and lows. It's never like constant, like all the time.
Yeah. I think that brings us really nicely onto an important question that we have, that obviously you're so prominent across so many spaces of like UK mainstream media. So you've been in sitcoms, you've been in BBC documentaries, you've made your own BBC documentary, you were on Celebrity MasterChef. Are you mad, bruv? Like, honestly, bruv, like, anyway, you knew how I felt about that anyway. Like, I must have DM'd Mim about a million times going, I couldn't believe
he was gassed, bro.
Honestly,
I'm sorry I let everyone down on that, but he was gassed, bro.
listen, no, like I remember my missus was sitting next to me and she could see, like, you know, like when you're misty-eyed, like not quite crying, but you could cry if you wanted to. I was just thinking, I can't believe this. Yeah, I was like, this is one of the man them like on MasterChef right now, like celebrity. I couldn't believe it. But what I wanted to say was, you touched on this before, that you are in certain spaces and you can't see anyone that looks like you. Do you reckon the UK mainstream media is set up to make opportunities for ethnic minorities accessible, particularly from the South Asian community? Or do you think more needs to be done to open up lanes?
Bro, more needs to be done to open up lanes, and that is down to like talent creating their own opportunities. Because I'm telling you, if you keep waiting for an opportunity to come up, you're just trying to fit into their opportunity that they already have for everyone else.
Wow.
So nothing is going to really be, you got to create your own opportunity, bro. You have to, bro. Yeah, it comes with it. You know, sometimes they turn around and they say the ethnic minority has to work 10 times harder to get into the position of somebody who may not be from that marginalized community. I'm learning that within my industry is so factual. I've had to do so much stuff to get to a position where other people are just there in that position. They're just there. Whereas I've had to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C to be like, I'm here as well, you know? I've had to do all of this other stuff as well to put it there. And it gets annoying, but it makes you better at what it is that you're doing. So no one can touch you. No one can touch you.
Yeah, you've put in the hours.
Yeah, you're so unique and you're so talented in what it is that you're bringing to the table, you know? And I think that's just a responsibility. Like, I can turn around and be like, yeah, I was on Celebrity MasterChef. For example, one of the examples, I could say, yeah, I was on there and I'm Muslim, like, and I'm Pakistani. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm a broadcaster and I'm an actor as well. Like, I'm out here.
I could cry. I could cry.
But bro, it's true. Sometimes you gotta big yourself up and just be like, yeah, man's been out here. Like, I've been doing comedy series. I've been doing dramas. I've made my own documentary. I put my whole story out there for the world to see.
And this is after hosting on the country's biggest radio station as well.
Bro, I've been on One Extra. I've made YouTube videos. I've worked with Jump Off TV. Like,
your best body of work is still you pretending to be Jay Sean. That's definitely like the best.
What you say? I don't say number one.
Wait, listen.
Everything I've done, he went and did a Jay Sean prank video.
Man's jesting out here. But as in, like, that was the first time I saw you, bro.
Is
no,
it?
Listen, I don't know if that was Mim's incredible acting or how racist this country is. I'm not sure which one it is.
It was
Let the brownie
let's
in, let the brownie in.
say it was a combination of both.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a combination of both, my
He's
guy.
on the walkie-talkie. He's like, yeah, like he's got a skin like Jay. Like you know Jay Sean. That
I must
that
be
like
kidding.
that. Yeah, wait, what do you mean that guy from Punjabi MC? Yeah, you know him. Yeah. All right, then
It's
Mim
so
straight
mad,
in.
man. It's so
I
mad.
loved it. Now, I remember watching that and I was like, oh my God, like Mim actually filmed something and put up what I do like on a weekly basis. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, obviously I've never pretended to actually be someone famous,
Yeah.
but like I've always turned up. You know how you're saying, Mim, that like I'm chatting all this chat to these bouncers and security, and because there's this line here and I need to get in. The amount of times I've stood there and been like, yeah, Daniel Khan. And I'm looking at them as if, why are you taking so long to like tick my name off? Like, we know this. And then they're like,
true, bro. You did this last time. Like we went to like a whose party? We went to Alhan's birthday party. Before I knew it, man, I was in the VIP with this guy.
no. I was meant to be there. I was meant to be there.
So funny, bro. We rolled up and then he was like, "You remember me? I told you that I'm in the VIP." The guy was like, "Oh yeah."
No, that's a true story. No, that's a true story because I actually came out to get you. I was meant to be there on that occasion, but I mean, there's been times where like I've literally.
But your name, like Daniel, yeah, it can be easily translated to Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah, Dan. Oh, Dan, MC Dan.
Yeah. You must like not have no issues with that, no?
Danny boy.
No, but if your name's not on the list, it's not on the list. Like I like, but but I've just been like, not sure, man. I spoke to Ledge, and they're like, oh, who's Ledge? And then I'll be telling them like who these people are, and then they're like, I've seen like some of the security guards are like look at each other like, we've got to make a decision here. Like we've got to make it what we're doing. And then like all I was looking for was just the like allowance to go in without waiting in the queue, and then they've ended up giving me like the access all area wristband. I'm like, yeah. I'll take it. Do you know what I mean? But
have you got a spare?
Yeah. Sorry, can I have? No, I did that. Like, bro, honestly, like we're gonna sidetrack, but like off camera, I will tell you about some of the shows that I've been in where all it's been is I've just walked up and gone, oh my God, I ain't seen you in ages. And then boom, that's it. Like a little hug, a little tick off, a little straight through. I'll fill you in on them. There's some good stories. Mo, any more questions from our lovely audience?
No, indeed. I think we can just race through these ones. But any new skills you have developed or picked up during lockdown?
Yeah, I'm becoming a better script writer.
Amazing.
Like I'm flying through this software.
I was gonna ask you as well. Like that's not easy to write a script. Me and my brothers were talking about it recently, and we watched something. I can't remember what it was, but I think we were talking about how complex like writing a series is. Like the character development, the intertwining of all the people, and the like. It's not easy, bro. So for you to say that, man, I respect that highly because we're watching Community. It's like a comedy series.
Yeah.
And like. It's difficult, bro. It's not easy.
It's really hard. But you learn whilst you're doing it, right? It might not be great, but the one after this will be great, or the one after that will be great. But you just keep learning.
Amazing.
But anyway, bro, that's literally the only way.
Any more questions?
Oh yeah, cool. So you've got a few things out on TV at the moment. King Gary Pilgrimage. Is it a great opportunity to watch yourself on TV? I think you've asked that question already.
No, I'm saying, have you got any more questions from the audience?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he asked. Didn't you ask that from the audience? Did an audience member ask that question?
No, that was me. Oh no, one person asked about pilgrimage.
Oh,
I asked about.
Do you set yourself a daily timetable, a schedule? How do you manage your time? From Mustafa. So we heard about what you do in the morning.
Yeah.
You come back from gym. Like, what's the plan after that?
Yeah. So all these
before lockdown, there would be so many different things happening, right? There'll be like meeting here. There'll be like interview here. There'll be filming this project here, or working on this. There'll be like random stuff. Whereas now, because all the random stuff is like gone, yeah, now it's literally just like, wake up, what are you doing today? Finishing the trip.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's getting done, and it's getting done, and it's getting done. And then there'll be other stuff that comes in you have to do, but that's kind of like on a side. And then this is kind of like the main focus.
Amazing. Any more questions? What have we got?
Guys, if you got any more questions, holler at us. Have we gone through all of our questions?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Oh,
my phone's... Yeah, we raced through them. Mim, I can't like Mim answered like question 1 to 6 like in the first 5 minutes. I was like, oh shit. I was like, what do I do now?
Bro, you see when you interview me, yeah, because I've been on that end, yeah. You see when you interview me, man, put you through your paces.
That's it. Giving it to you. You know what I mean? I was like,
paces, but I like that because it keeps you on your toes as an interviewer, no?
100%, 100%. And but to be fair as well, I think it's one of those ones where we basically linked up for like 5 minutes and just like, right, what are we trying to get out of this interview for people? But otherwise, apart from that, the thing we kept on coming on about is that the conversation will take us where we need to go anyway. We're just, you know, we're conversating with someone that we want to know something about. And, you know, no one knows you better than you. So you're going to give us, you know what I mean? You're going to
bro, I just wanted to say thank you, bro. Like, even if, you know, when things start up for the first time, yeah, I feel like you need to help people, like, especially people from our own community, to just like do the idea and just set it up and start it up. Like, well, once started up a conversation, you, however many months it took after, like, you still went and done it, you know. And it's just about just putting it out there and just doing it as much as you can. And this is for anyone, young or whatever, just to keep pushing and just to keep making.
Sorry to interrupt. We appreciate you taking the time as well. Obviously, Danielle and you know each other. I've got to know you as well over the last like 6 months. So man, it's really nice to know that, you know, people are still on it. Because I feel like do the same. If I got to a position where, like, you know, I had my own stuff and all that, I'd still want to like encourage other people to do the same thing. So it's nice to know that other people like that who are on the same wavelength, who have the same kind of like mentality and morals and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, big up to you, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep inspiring people, which is fantastic. I just want to say, there's another question actually, which is really funny. I want to ask you. Stephen Rob Skits asks, what do you tell the barber when you want to go to get a haircut?
What's it mean? I said, what do you tell the barber, you know?
What do you tell the barber you want when you go?
Bro,
I'm so excited to hear this.
Obviously, he's intrigued. Man's got his notepad.
Do you know why this is a bad question and why I'm finding it so funny? Because I've had the same barber for like 10 years. I don't tell him anything.
I can relate to this so
Steven says your trim's on point. That's why.
Nah, bro, it's not, bro. I slow down, bro. It's not. It's literally it's all over the place. Bro.
Listen, Steven's gonna go to the barbers and go, what can I do for you, mate? He's like, can I get the Mim Shaikh, mate?
Can I get the Mim Shaikh and not stirred?
Hey, bro, that's a sick cocktail drink, isn't it?
Yeah,
bro. One of my dreams, yeah, is to open like when I got bare money in that, yeah. When I bust from like doing something crazy, it's to open up like a milkshake joint called
Mim Shaikh, obviously.
Just Mim Shakes.
Oh my god, Mim Shakes.
Yeah, Mim's Shakes, isn't it? Like it's just like. Like just guys, like it's just be so easy in like Tooting High Street, bro. It'll be sick.
Hey, listen, man.
Bro.
By the way, Tooting High Street is absolutely. I was there the other day. Just Tooting High Street just seems like a Saturday every day.
Yeah,
like, just
really.
Things are. And then a special shout out to that crazy looking chicken cottage as well, because the chicken cottage in my ends looks dusty, but this one looks like
huge,
this one looks like, you know, like you have to reserve a table.
Massive. Bro, they got their own individual VIP tables on the side.
Bro, you can go on the website and book a slot, bro.
Oh man, man.
It's crazy. Well, yeah, no, Steve, like literally, I just say like short back and sides, like not fade like low, and then just leave the top whatever it is and just shape up the front.
I listen, I actually wouldn't even know what to say. Like my barber, like D, absolute legend in the game. I was going prom and he saw my trim that I got the other day from someone was dead, bro. Like my shape up was like this, yeah. So imagine I'm walking and he goes, you used to go Harlington, innit? I was like, yeah. He goes, come here, man. He goes, what's with that dead trim? Come, let me give you a trim. He literally trimmed me for free. Did it, and he goes, boom, now you're ready for prom. And then that was it, straight on.
And you've been going back to him ever since?
Ever since, like anything, my wedding, graduation, when I bust case, or every big event in my life, I just get a trim from DDT. If I've ever had to go to like another barber in an emergency, I've just accepted it's going to be a dead trim because I don't know what to tell them. Like I'm just
it's hard, isn't it?
They're like, what can I do for you, boss? I'm like, just
cut it, bro.
Bro, I haven't had a trim for so long. Like, I'm just gonna leave it out.
I know what you're talking about, man. Trust me, man. It's been a while.
I'm gonna leave it out and see what happens, boy. I'm getting anxiety with it just thinking about it.
Look
Hey,
at
listen,
mine, man. I got a peak hairline, bro. Look,
my hairline, it's actually mad, yeah. Are you guys seeing how small my forehead is? Wait, watch this, yeah. So this, yeah, watch. Just to put it into perspective, yeah. Fam, wait, that's like just big and
funny, bro. I bet when you get a trim, your hair starts from back here and it comes over like that.
No, but can you believe how? Yeah, but my
looking small, bro.
yeah, my doctor said I'm never going bald. So
Why?
listen, the doctors don't ask me, ask the doctor in it. Like I don't make the rules in it. I just
because like South Asian men, there's a tendency for them to lose their hair at a young age, bro.
Yeah, but me, I got a Persian rug up in here, you know.
Yeah, that's
good.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I've had very thick hair from a while. Like I used to be clean shaved, and I just transferred some here. This is just actually from my head. So, you know what I mean? If anyone needs any, like people don't even need to go to Turkey to get a hair transplant. They just need to bell me. I'll hook it up.
And I've got boy on his toes. He can give you, bro.
Wow. Like, hey, listen, this conversation went from inspiring to just.
Yeah, it went a bit left.
But yeah, no, I think that's a perfect way to round things off, man.
Yeah, the hair on my toes. Thank you so much. And
time to break fast soon as well, man. So,
exactly. Mim, thank you so much, my brother. Remember, everyone, follow Mim on the old socials and that. Just type in Mim, it will come up. I think it's Mim_Shaikh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone just commented saying, Danielle, your hair looks like a Lego piece clipped on.
Hey, listen.
You know that Lego hair?
Hey, listen. I need to see his face.
Hey, listen. Was that Hamza?
That was actually my brother.
Bro, hey, do you know what? Send me your location, innit? That's what I'm saying. Because I don't mind people making fun of me, but when it's true, then I get upset. But yes, bro, thank you so much. Guys, remember, follow South Asian creatives as well. We love doing stuff like this. We genuinely care. I can't lie. We genuinely care. We wanna help people out. We hope this was beneficial to you. And that's it, man. Long live Mim Shaikh. Thank you so much, my bro. And when we're all up and running for the live event, it's going to be it's going to be a movie. And I really look forward to it. So until then, God bless you. Love to everyone. And see you next time, innit?
Yeah, man. Much love for having me, bro. I look forward to the live one.
Bless up, my brother.
Have a good one. Peace and love, man.
Peace.
I just stopped the live thing now, innit?